Hello, man. Hello. Let me get my sound check and then we'll get right into this. Hello, man. There we go. There we go. I wanted to talk a little bit today about a serious subject. It's America without borders. There's a lot of meanings to that, and you can pretty much make it as ambiguous as you want to. But America without borders, free travel, traveling in the United States. Hello, Chewy. We're going to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit today about coming to the United States and the freedoms that we provide to most people in the United States. And I wanted to talk about Gavin McInnes, and I wanted to talk about Milo and Laura Southern and a lot of pundits and a lot of YouTube pundits that come to the United States and enjoy the privileges we have in the United States. And then the next thing you see is Gavin McInnes in New York swinging a sword and inciting a riot, and Milo inciting Berkeley riots, and Laura Southern on the other side of the border in a hypocritical stance, not paying taxes to the Mexican government for working in a country that she's not from. And what we're talking about is Canadians and English and Australians coming to America and rebel rousing, inciting violence. The Proud Boys, the proud asses, the jackasses that do this. You come to our country, America, and it's our country. It's our rules. And this upsets me because I don't go to other countries. And if I did go to other countries, have you ever traveled to Northern Ireland as an American? You get a set of rules that's about this big, and one of the things that it's going to say is don't bring up certain subjects. And if you do bring up certain subjects, you'll be imprisoned for your remaining stay and sent back to America. Now in America, people have the freedom that we enjoy in America. We like to give that to everybody. That's a free gift from us. You come here, you can travel around anywhere you want. Nobody's going to abate your travel. You can do whatever you want. You can drink. You can have fun. You pay attention to our laws. We'll even let you drive. Pay attention to our laws. That's what we're saying. Pay attention to our laws. And don't take advantage of things. But today I was looking at let me put a screenshot up of it and I'll share. And that's infinity screen. You all may remember Gavin McInnes coming to our country, my country, America, as a member of Proud Boys and waving a sword around while he's getting back in a taxi or a car, and I thought, what a horrible act! I couldn't do that. I would get arrested if I did that. I would get arrested if I went to another country and did that. Most likely, I would still be sitting in another country's jail. But today we get to Proud Boys classified by the FBI as an extremist group, which they are, which ties to white nationalism, which they are. There's no doubt about that. There's no argument in that. Today, people went nuts. Oh, he's allowed to do that. He's allowed to come to America and enjoy all the benefits of being a white nationalist in America. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you're an extremist and you're an anarchist and coming to our country, there was 100,000 people, 200,000 people freaking out about this article, and on Twitter today, all of them mostly foreigners, which I would consider a foreigner, English, Canadians, Australians, and hence, a lot of those things. Let me close this out and stop sharing it so you can see my pretty face, which is more important. I know. I know. It's just too pretty. There's too much prettiness all in one place. And I think it's gone I think it's gone far enough. I think it's gone far enough in our country because our country is without borders, and that's what we're talking about. And it's a big thing. Coming to America, the country without borders. Come travel. Come have a great time. Go to New York, go to California, see weird places. You can travel the Midwest. You can travel the desert. You can go to Mojave Desert, which is absolutely beautiful in the spring. You could do a lot of things here unabated. You could take a bus from here to here. We don't care. We don't really care. Have a travel permit. Have your visa. Do it the right way and come and travel. We don't care. But we get Gavin McInnes, we get Milo, we get Laura Southern in this country that come here, and the first thing they want to do is organize an event and cite a riot. Would any other country in the world permit this? Would any other country in the world permit this? If I went down to Mexico, I would end up getting arrested. If I went to Canada and waved a sword around in public, I would be arrested. No, I went through the hippie riots and everything in the 1960s, and I was arrested when I was a young man for inciting a riot. All I had to do was be at that spot where a fight broke out, and I got arrested. Now, today we give these people privileges to come and travel in our country, and I think it's bullshit, and I think these privileges should be revoked in most of these people, and I do think there should be hard consequences for breaking the laws when you're traveling in our country. No longer can we afford in this country to let people run amok, inciting violence, to incite riots, to enjoy the freedom of protesting at our expense. When Milo did what he did in Berkeley, that costed the American people a couple $1,000,000. And he did it like 3 or 4 times in America before they sent him packing. Now Gavin comes down, he's waving a sword, he's got this Proud Boy thing, is with just a bunch of white nationalists. And if you argue with me that they're not white nationalists, you're a moron. You're a moron. You don't come to America and bring that kind of garbage with you. We have enough of it here already. And Gavin McInnes should never be able to lay a foot on American soil again. And that's how I think about that. And why our country allows for this stuff, this garbage. It just bothers me. It just bothers me. Now I'm a patriot. I served my country. And I love my country. No other place in the world can I do what I do here. Now, don't come over here and shit all over my country and America and then sit back and ask why you got put on a list when you were in the middle of Times Square or wherever he was waving a sword. Now, at a certain point, ridiculous is just ridiculous. And it's getting to that certain point where Americans are starting to open their eyes and going, you know what? We may have to put an end to this. And it'll be just a few people. Gavin McInnes, Milo, Laura Southern, people like that. There's probably 6 other people that want to come here to America and ruin it for the rest of the world. Now, it seems pretty petty to me. It seems real petty to me that those people wouldn't respect our laws and our customs. And if you are coming to America then to enjoy a riot or a peaceful demonstration, then really, that's a garbage reason. Travel, have fun, come here, enjoy our customs and our cultures. Nowhere in the world will you see as diverse a culture as in most of the cities in the United States. But it's getting to a point because of a few people violating these kind of rules and being put on hate list groups by the FBI that it might ruin it for the rest of the world, that we might not have open borders here pretty soon. And if you do come to our country and start that kind of garbage, you'll end up in a prison and your consulate will have to come get you out. Now, this whole thing with Gavin McInnes, a Canadian, and he does the MAGA thing and the Trumpism thing, and he can't even vote in this country, coming here and inciting violence is ridiculous. It should be stomped on. If I ever seen him, I would stomp on that skinny kind of son of a bee and try to drag his head off of his body. No, no, you don't do that. I can't do that in other countries. If I travel to Ireland or if I travel to England, if I travel to France, I don't have those freedoms to do that as an American. I would never, never spit all over your constitutions, your country, your rules, and I'll abide by them. Please have that kind of respect when you come to America. That's all we're saying. Gavin McInnes excited a riot. Gavin McInnes beat up a couple of American boys. And whether he thinks he had a part of that or whether he denies he had a part in that, I know better. And if someone came to his country and beat him up from America, he'd be whining like a little bitch. And that might happen. And that's all I wanted to talk about today. Why in America we let these idiots get away with these things? Why in America we got to start closing down our borders? Not because Americans want to close down our borders. Not because Americans don't enjoy the company of everybody around the world. No. Because a bunch of simple morons can't behave themselves while they're here. And that ruins it for everybody, including me and you. Gavin McInnes is a moron. Milo's a moron. Laura Southern's a moron. You don't vote here. You shouldn't have an opinion on our elections. And you shouldn't be coming here inciting violence over an opinion on our elections, which you don't have a vote in. I think it's the craziest thing in the whole world. I don't go to Indonesian radio and argue all day about Indonesian governments because it matters nothing to me. If a person from Indonesia comes here and starts talking about Trump, I look at him like he's an idiot. Go back to your country and argue viewpoints in your country. If you're coming from Mexico, go to Mexico and argue with your Mexican country. If you're from Canada, argue with your prime minister. I don't go up. It doesn't matter anything what happens in any other countries, but because of this Twitter universe and this YouTube universe, we got morons from other countries, Canadians, Australians, and British that actively take a part in what Trump does in America when they don't even have a vote. Because we have the greatest social media system in the world, doesn't mean you get to abuse it. And that's what they're saying in America. Hate speech is hate speech. Alex Jones got kicked off. Gavin McInnes got kicked off of Twitter, I'm pretty sure. Americans, we have the right to monitor those things. And if you're causing trouble in America, don't let me find you out, because in these backwater towns here, we take that thing seriously. And I will gladly stomp a man down from another country just like he was a bug for doing those sort of things. And that's all I got to say today. Gavin McInnes is an idiot. Milo's a creep. Laura Southern's a fat-ass whore. And Canadian, control your people. Canada, control your people. Or else we will have to. And you're not going to like the way we do things. You guys all have a great day. Thanks a lot, Mgtow. This was not a Mgtow subject. And I'm sorry about that. This was my feeling subject. And this is something that pertains to me. You guys have a great day. And enjoy your freedoms. We'll give you all the freedoms in the world in America, but don't piss on them, or else you'll have to deal with one of us. Take care. Thanks a lot.